humans and sentient shades of the color blue. Welcome to my favorite Pokemon of every type, which is a list I just felt like making. I don't really think anybody wanted it, but here it is. We're going to go in the exact order that you actually see on here, with the Bug Dart Dragon, that order, just because it was easiest when making the list. And, my main favorite Pokemon is going to be in the front, and then in the bottom corners, you're going to see the kind of the second place, I guess. Not all of them are going to have one, but anyway, here we go, starting off with Bug. Now, this is going to make a lot of people mad, but I really love Ladian. I don't know why everybody hates it. I realize that it's a terrible Pokemon. It is not useful, but I don't know, it's really cute. And I used it in my friend and I used it when we played XD for a while, and it was actually pretty useful. And I used it in one of my gold playthroughs of Pokemon Gold, and it wasn't really that useful, but I really grew to like it. So, there you go. Next up is Dark with Umbreon. And as you can see, I also really like Darkrai, but the one thing that really made Umbreon win was its shiny form, because seriously, Umbreon has like the best shiny form ever. It's so cool. And it's an Eevee evolution. How could I not put it on here? I'm a huge fan of Eevee evolutions. Next is Dragon, and I actually don't like a lot of non-legendary dragon types. Like, Garchomp and Dragonite, I don't really like that much. And Hydreigon, Haxorus, and Salamence are okay. But I really love Flygon. Honestly, probably the most deserving of a Mega Evolution of any Pokemon. But I just love this thing. Yeah, I realize it's not the best dragon type, but I like how it looks. And it's got some pretty good moves. And I actually, even though I love this Pokemon, I've only ever used it in a playthrough once, even though I've always wanted to use it. So, for some reason, I just never use it. I don't know why. But anyway, I love Flygon. Next is Electric, and I've surprisingly found myself liking a lot of electric types. I was really indecisive on this one. I kind of wanted to put Raikou, I wanted to put my dog, shush, dog, be quiet. I kind of wanted to put Raichu. I really didn't know what to do here, but in the end, it was Luxray. I love Luxray. Once again, not really the most useful thing. So far, Umbreon's the only one that's really good, but I guess I just judge Pokemon more on how they look than how useful they are when I'm picking favorites. As you can see, I of course had to put Jolteon on there, and I also really like Zebstrika. I don't know, I was really torn over which one to actually put in first place here, but Luxray won. Somehow. I'm still kinda indecisive about that. Anyway, next up is my least favorite type in the game, which is Fairy. I freaking hate fairies! I mean, fairy types. I mean, fairies themselves are fine, but and it's not the Pokemon that are fairy types that I hate. It's the fact that there is a fairy type that is just so freaking annoying. I'll probably make a video about that eventually, but I liked Gardevoir even before it was a fairy type, and I already knew what I was going to put in Psychic, so I just put it here. As you can see, I have 2 Pokemon on this one. There's going to be somewhere I just have 2, because I couldn't decide. And, I put Sylveon on there just because, while it is my least favorite Eevee evolution, I still really like it. And also, these 2 have some of the best shinies. For some reason, I really love shinies that are blue. I don't know why, but I really like them. I think they look really cool. The next 2 are going to be 2 that people think are very overrated, and I realize they are very overrated, but I love them anyway. It's fighting. It's Lucario. I love Lucario. Everybody loves Lucario. It's awesome. I don't really know what else to say about it. And possibly the most overrated Pokemon ever. Go. It's not going. I think my computer just froze. Yep. Awesome. Great. There we go. No, 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 stop. Ah! Okay. Charizard. I know it's the worst out of the 3 starters. It's really not a good Pokemon. Even with Mega Evolution, it's not even the best Mega Evolution, but I love it anyway. I also like Flareon, but Charizard's better. I mean, Flareon. I like how it looks, but once again, it kind of sucks. And there we go. Ah. So I was really torn on flying type as well, because I originally didn't like Gliscor that much. I don't know why, but I just didn't like it. And my dog's barking again. Awesome. But I didn't even really use it at all. I had it on one of my showdown teams, I think, but I only had it on the one, and I never used it in a game or in a playthrough, but for some reason I just really started to like him. I don't know if it's because of how he looks or what his moves are, and just stop barking. Why do you always do this? Why? But I just suddenly found myself really liking Gliscor. There was another Pokemon that I wanted to put in here, but it shows up later, so I didn't put it in a corner because I figured, why would I do that? It'll be there later. Alright, next up is Ghost, where it's Duskmar. I also used this guy on one of my showdown teams, on my Trick Room team actually, but he's mostly on here just because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I love that game so much, and stop! Be quiet! Stupid dog is so loud. Okay. I just love that game so much. It's so good. Everybody should play it. Explorers of Sky is the best, but Super Mystery Dungeon is really good too. Dusknoir was he was awesome. He was such a cool character. I don't know. He's another one that I really didn't like at first, but I kind of grew to like him over time as I got older and played the game again. And I actually just recently played all of the bonus episodes, and they just kind of made me like him even more. So, anyway, next up is Grass. And my favorite is Grass types is one of my favorite types. I love Grass types. And Meganium, I love it. It is the first starter Pokemon that I ever picked. And I had Pokemon Gold. I picked Meganium. And I've just loved it since then. I don't know why so many people hate it. Once again, why do people hate Meganium? It's not the best Pokemon, I know that. But just look at it. It's a grass flower dinosaur. How could you not like that? Grovile's also down here. I felt kind of guilty, I guess, that I put Grovyle in second place because Grovyle, once again from Explorers of Sky, is one of my favorite Pokemon and my favorite character in that whole game. Oh, I just realized I forgot to do something on one slide. Anyway, but Meganium wins, and Leafeon's on there too. I love Leafeon. Next up is Ground with... Click go. Okay. Marowak is my favorite. I just like the way it looks, I guess. That's usually how I do this. I just like how it looks and then I put it on there. This is actually one of the only first generation Pokemon that I would put as my favorite. Because while I know a lot of first generation Pokemon, I don't really like a lot of them. And, actually, as I'm saying this, I'm looking over at my list of slides here, and I see like 3 first generation Pokemon here, so maybe I'm wrong. But there's a lot more Pokemon that I like in other generations, like 3rd gen, I really like all the Pokemon in it. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of Pokemon I don't like in 1st gen, but the ones I do like, I really like. And they're barking again. Why? Why do you do this? Be quiet. Hush. Shush. Shush. Okay. I also really like Crocodile, mostly because not only does it look cool, it's actually useful in battle, and it has the best cry of any Pokemon ever. Seriously, it's like his face is an electric guitar. He's an electric guitar crocodile. That's awesome. Next up is Ice, which of course it's Glaceon. I mean, I know that Ice is not the best type, that Glaceon isn't even the best Ice type, but, like, Can things please stop interrupting this recording? Jeez. But, like I said, I'm a sucker for Eevee evolutions. Next up is Normal, and this is the slide where I realized I screwed up on it. Oh, I screwed up on flying, too. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Never mind. I kind of screwed up on this slide, because, yeah, Pidgeot's my favorite type, and I do have kind of a story behind that. I also like Girafarig and Porygon Z, but I didn't put Wigglytuff on here. And a lot of... Wigglytuff is just awesome. I've been saying that too much. I need to find more creative ways to describe Pokemon. Wigglytuff from Explorers of Sky. Once again, one of my favorite characters. I love that game. It really influenced a lot of what my favorite Pokemon are. Anyway, Pidgeot here, I have kind of a story behind. Same with Meganium. When I did my first playthrough of any Pokemon game, it was Pokemon Gold, and I caught a Pidgey at the beginning of the game, and man, I loved that Pidgey. It was one of my best Pokemon at the time, which may be because I trained a Meganium and a Ladian, and, I mean, I really didn't know what Pokemon were good at the time, but it was so helpful to me, and I've always liked it since then. Alright, next up is Poison, and this one was really hard for me to decide, not because I really like a lot of Poison types, but there's not many that I do like. I mean, they're okay. I like Arbok's okay, I like Muck, Dragalge's okay, but there's really not that many Poison types that I would say that I really, really like. Except for Weezing, whose usefulness is just... Weezing is, like, the most offensive thing ever. It's so good. Once it's a blue shiny again, I love blue shinies. And I like Roserade, too. I've only used it, I think, once, but it was really useful, and I like how it looks, once again. Poison types do have some of the best shinies, though. I love shiny poison types. Shiny Arbok looks so cool. Shiny Muck is kind of weird, but I still like it. Why are those the only poison types I can think of right now? I don't know. Anyway, off to the Psychic type, where of course it's Espeon. I mean, what, have you not know that I love evolutions by this point? Come on. Espeon's not my favorite evolution, but I still like it, and I've heard a lot of people who say they don't like shiny Espeon. They think the green is ugly, but I really like it, actually. I think it looks good, especially in its new models for X and Y and Alpha Sapphire. I really like how it looks. Reuniclus is also on here because of my Trick Room team. I have a Reuniclus on it. I mean, just look at him. He's so cute. You can't not like Reuniclus. He's so happy. And though it is kind of creepy that he's basically a baby that, I don't know, he's like a fetus. Like, the Mew, only, like, early Mew got turned into Reuniclus. He's a little creepy, but he's really cute. And he's really useful, so. Wait, oh, okay. Next up is Rock, and I actually didn't used to like, why did I forget this Pokemon's name? Kabutops. I actually didn't used to like Kabutops that much. I didn't used to like a lot of rock types. But then I played a Nuzlocke. I think it was of... I don't remember what game it was. It might have been Heart Gold or something. I didn't record it. But this was one of the best Pokemon I had on my team. And I loved it. It was so good. It was my starter, I think. No, I just caught it early on. And man, that thing stuck with me forever. And I don't even remember if it died or not. It might have, but I really started liking Kabutops after that. Next up is Steel, with a Pokemon that I've always liked. Aggron. This is one Pokemon whose blue shiny I just really don't like. I think it's ugly. I really wish they had done what they did with Steelix here and just made him gold or something like that. Or even brown would have been better. Just making him blue was just ugly. My first introduction to this guy actually was XD, and my friend and I trained one, and this is, whenever I hear Laren's cry, it's one of the most nostalgic things. There's certain Pokemon's cries that I hear, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that from XD. Laren's one of them, Flaffy's one of them, Ladian's one of them. There's a few more, but I've always loved Aggron just because of that. And hey, with this Mega Evolution, it's actually kind of good. It used to sort of be bad, and if you can hear that snapping in the background, that is my dog's tail hitting the door. But we're almost done here, so in a minute, they can be as noisy as they want. Last but not least is Water, another type that I really like, and with possibly my favorite Pokemon of all time, Vaporeon. It is one of the first Pokemon that I saw and realized that I really, really liked it. I always liked Eevee, but I didn't actually know that it had evolutions at first. I always liked Diglett for some reason. I used to love Diglett. But when I just saw Vaporeon, I knew that was going to be one of my favorites. And I still love Vaporeon. Excuse me, I don't know where that came from, but Vaporeon and Meganium are my two favorite Pokemon. And then Charizard and Lucario tie for second place there, my favorite Pokemon ever. I love Vaporeon. It's cute, but in kind of a weird way. And I also love water types, probably as much as I love grass types. So, anyway, that is my list of my favorite Pokemon of each type. Nobody probably really wanted this, but then again, nobody actually watches my channel, so I can kind of just do whatever I want here. Anyway, see you later.